Ladies and gentlemen, the following fight is scheduled for 3 rounds of action in the Bantamweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He is an MMA specialist and stands 5 feet 7 inches tall. He weighed in officially at 135.3 pounds and owns a professional record of 5 wins and 1 loss. Fighting out of Manchester, England, Darius Mafi! And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. He is an MMA specialist and stands 5 feet 8 inches tall. He weighed in officially at 135.5 pounds and holds a perfect, undefeated record of 8 victories and no defeats. Fighting out of 𝗘𝗨𝗥𝗢𝗣𝗘, Ciaran Clarke!
All right, listen to me. Go to that box and don't come out of it. Go right to that box and don't come out for me until I tell you to fight. Stay there.
Ciaran Clarke in the black trunks, Darius Mafi in the white. The Belfast fans starting to make their presence felt. Low stance here for Mafi.
Mafi's never been out of the first round, so I can expect him to start fast.
This is one of the most intriguing fights on the card for me. There's a lot of people with their eyes on Ciaran Clarke. They're expecting special things out of his career. They've seen special things so far. He's had tough competition all the way through. But Darius Mafi is coming out of Manchester, top team. There's something going on at that gym right now. They're having a lot of success. Oh, good knees.
Nasty clinch knees. Scooping uppercut from Mafi, backs up Clarke.
Nice.
Counter left from Clarke, timed it perfectly.
Looks like Clarke got drawn in for a moment in that exchange, but he's now managed to pull his composure back under his control.
You can see the motion of Ciaran Clarke. Suggests almost like a casual approach. Mafi's gonna have to figure out that timing. Sharp right hand from Ciaran Clarke and a left, beautiful jab to follow.
Very sharp, straight punching, jabs to the face, cross to the midsection. Oh, and there's the level change.
Clarke just spun it in a circle and gets Mafi down. Now Ciaran Clarke on the back of Darius Mafi. Clarke does have 4 submissions among his 8 pro victories. Plenty of time to work.
Put your fingers in his glove. Thank you.
Just a single hook for Mafi, but a very tight clamp with the knees of Ciaran Clarke from the top position. Looking to try and expose that neck. Lands a few shots, but you can see Darius is now starting to slide along the fence. Now Ciaran Clarke's lost the back. Looks like he's going for a deep half guard sweep, but Ciaran Clarke does a great job of creating some space, driving his head position in, moving himself into a safer position.
Different approach here from Ciaran Clarke, who is working to put his own body between Mafi and the fence. A lot of fighters will force the opponent into the fence here, but Clarke wants to be in a spot where he can set up those submissions. Half guard.
Nice work controlling the legs here.
Leah, what do you need to see from Mafi?
Yeah, he needs to create space. If he can free him on the head and get up on his left knee to try and push Ciaran off. Ciaran's doing a great job of controlling on top.
Yeah, look at that tight waist. Good movement by Mafi to not expose his back, not give his back in that position. But again, Ciaran Clarke is in top position. He's got that wrist control as well on the far side, which is going to make it incredibly difficult for Mafi to scramble. Nice short strikes. Look how he's shelved that leg as well. He's elevating the right leg of Mafi, which again immobilizes the hips, makes him more available for these strikes. Mafi is not succumbing to this attack though, because he's taking these strikes and he is not being encouraged to turn his back into the rear naked choke. He's got to free that wrist though. You can't quite see it from this camera angle. From my commentary position, I can see that Clarke has got, there we go. Now we can see that tight wrap on the wrist there. We can see that control, beautiful work there as Clarke starts to land a few strikes unanswered.
Mafi's gonna have to try and extend his arm to get rid of that left.
Yeah, he's got to clear that left hand, doesn't he? Look at that wrist control there, Leah.
It's beautiful.
Right.
You know how horrendous it is to be in that position of Mafi?
Especially because he's got the cross-body control. He's got the leg and he's got the wrist. So it's a left-hand control and a right leg control, which means that he's got a cross-body control even though he's not on top of his opponent.
Yeah, and his head's against the cage, which makes it even more difficult to explode out of.
Well, Mafi finally got his arm back, but then Clarke moved and controlled the hips, staying on top here as the final seconds around one tick off.
Stop.
𝗟𝗨𝗥𝗢𝗣𝗘, Dan Hardy beside the Bellator cage. Bellator Champions Series action in Belfast. 7 more Champions Series events on the calendar for the year. 2 title fights and a contender fight on every single one of those cards. Flurry here from Mafi, but Ciaran Clarke managing that distance incredibly well. Now grabs a single, plants Mafi temporarily. Mafi now back to his feet, trying to break that hand control. Clarke heavy on his back.
Mafi trying to fight those hands, but that's given Ciaran Clarke the wrist control he had in the first round. Oh, good work by Mafi. Now he's on a Kimura.
Let's go of it. Opts the throw. There's that scooping uppercut again from Mafi.
I like this constant dip, this level change that he has as well. But the sharp shooting, the straight punches from Ciaran Clarke's very impressive. Very accurate. Look at that.
Great jab. Retreating at an angle. Sniping with his left hand.
It's just effortless. There's no wind up to it. He just places it on the face. Oh, what timing. Look at this scramble from Mafi, though. He's relentless in his escapes.
Clarke traps both legs. Figure 4's his own. Controlling Darius Mafi.
This is the first time Mafi has been out of the first round. You can see he's not used to it. Ciaran's been in deep waters. He really gets better as the fight goes on. He can really grind out these positions all day.
Something I noticed about Ciaran Clarke's record as I was researching is the amount of high-level opposition he's fought all the way through. He never had any easy fights. Every single one of them was a tough opponent that had the potential to win, as is Darius Mafi here, and Ciaran Clarke just showing why he's so good. Here we are again with the cross-body control. Left wrist, right leg. Very, very smart work. This is MMA grappling at its best. We really are seeing some nice transitions here. It looks like he's trying to squeeze to the back again. Now he looks like he's got a gift wrap. So that means he's got the left arm of Darius Mafi across his face, and he's gripping it over his right shoulder. You can see Mafi trying to clear that now.
Mafi's got to be careful not to give up the mount here as Ciaran Clarke tries to crawl his left leg through. Good underhook recovery here for Darius Mafi. Locks his hands. Got to get to his left hip. But the shoulder pressure of Clarke preventing that from happening. 2 minutes left in round 2.
Potential arm triangle set up perhaps here. I really like the fact that Ciaran Clarke is not in a real rush to try and get to a submission position.
Big John McCarthy joining us remotely, and we're seeing just control from this top position. Ciaran Clarke looking impressive so far, Big John.
Yeah, you're seeing exactly what we saw out of Ciaran Clarke. He gets better with each fight, and you got to figure he had 25 amateur fights, fighting guys like Magomedov, who's got a championship fight against Patrick Mix. Ciaran Clarke is the real deal, and the best part about him is exactly what you're seeing, is he just takes his time and knows, I'm just going to work on you till you make the mistake, and then I'm going to take advantage of it. That's why he's as dominant as he is.
You can see some of the frustration showing on the face of Darius Mafi, who's not giving up anything, but back in this crossbody ride. Clarke just missed with a big right hand from the top position there.
Clarke is always giving Mafi 2 or 3 problems to solve at the same time. He solves one of the problems, he gives him another one. There are always several things happening for Mafi to deal with before he can even start thinking about his own offense. These are good strikes here. We can see that tight waist again between the fence and the opponent.
Left hand going to work here for Ciaran Clarke. But the control.
Another dominant round.
Has anyone checked to make sure that Ciaran Clarke is not a secret Nurmagomedov? Mafi gonna have to get a finish here in round number 3 to emerge victorious from this one. It's been one-way traffic in the favor of Ciaran Clarke. There's no quitting Darius Mafi. And if you were listening into the corner, you heard that he was told exactly what he needs to hear. You got to get the finish here.
Another really accurate cross. Very efficient all the way through Ciaran Clarke. Nice takedown. Now he's away from the fence. I wonder if there's a bit more ability to move around his opponent now they're not wedged up against the fence, of course. Oh, here we go. Here's the arm triangle set up.
Triangle, and he's going to try and climb across the body of Darius Mafi. Got a tight squeeze there, and there's a tap! Ciaran Clarke!
Ladies and gentlemen, a referee, Blake Grice, calls a halt to the action at 41 seconds of round number 3. Declaring your winner by submission to an arm triangle, Ciaran Clarke!
I am here with your winner, Ciaran Clarke. Dominant, my friend, start to finish. Beautiful grappling skills, great control. Just talk to me how you're feeling right now.
I just want to say thank you, Lord Jesus Christ. I surrender myself to you and you take care of me. I just want to say thanks very much, everybody, to come up and support me. It's great to be here talking to you, Dan. It's unbelievable. You even know who I am. My coaches, Sean Cameron, Dave Roach, Sean Carrida, me boxing, the home, all everyone that helps me, brother Daryl. And yeah, I'm ready for the next challenge. I'm really excited. I see Bellator have an event in September. I can't do Dublin, but I can do September, San Diego, London. I'd love that. Love to get abroad. And hopefully, maybe I could be in a position where lads aren't kind of trying to take my, momentum. And I'm trying to maybe, if it's, I don't know, a next top 10 fighter, if Bellator thinks so or whatever,
Well, you're undefeated, 9-0, right? You've got to be looking up the division. You've got to be looking at those fights that are going to get you to title contention. Do you have someone in mind, someone that you think would be a statement for your career?
No, I don't have anyone in mind. I mean, you can ask Jude or Mike or anybody, yourself. I've said yes to everybody that ever been put in front of me. I'm here in the big leagues. I'm here in Bellator PFL. I'm not trying to build a record. I always fought the best. And if Bellator think I'm worthy of PFL, whatever the case may be, I'll fight whoever. I'm genuinely, that is the God's honest truth. I'll never say no. As I said, I'm here now, and all these opportunities in front of me, and I'm going to take them.
Congratulations, my friend. That was spectacular. Ladies and gentlemen, Ciaran Clarke!
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Francis Ngannou. Subscribe now.